Oh, yeah, you cause a feedback loop, right? Between
That
like
is
your
correct.
forehead and the screen.
And thank you for that analysis, man.
We back. We finally able to get to the real stuff. See, if you guys did want to hear that bull crap for 2 minutes, you should not use adblock, and you should help us keep this stream going. And that is all I will say about it, because this is the final game of the series, so I don't get to make an adblock comment anymore. Is there anything else I'm missing to do? So, oh wait, we should probably shield our sponsors as well. Do you know our sponsors?
Our sponsors, the DHL and the Mercedes-Benz, and
They're so easy to remember, right?
they are.
Like, I feel like I love that we have them in this scene, just because it feels like they actually bring a lot in terms of not just money, but like the content opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Like DHL, Mercedes, like the way they've kind of slipped in. And then, of course, Intel's always been there helping us out from the get-go when we were just sitting in internet cafes, unable to afford giant
Yeah, well, we
LAN
were just
events.
sitting in the cafes, in it, yeah?
Yeah, we're just having a little bobble around. No, we don't have LAN cafes that much here. We're
Yeah,
trying, but
just having a little bubble, you know, just sitting in the lunch cafe and just having a
just,
good old time, right?
yeah, a little waggle of the tongue over a good old cup of tea. Good time.
Good old cup of tea. It's not going to be the anticipated Ember Spirit versus Doom matchup. It's going to be the Morphling taking the middle lane.
No,
What do you have to say about that?
I think they're having a bubble with us. I think we're definitely. It's not a bubble bath either. They're just kind of blowing bubbles up our bushki. All right, I don't like this.
Hey, you don't like this, do you? No.
No, I'm outright. I'm disgusted
Yeah, I'm not
by what we're doing to my
saying
language.
that. Yeah,
Ah,
we're sort of butchering it, aren't we?
well, yeah. You kind of just sound like you've decided to be slot because you mentioned you wanted it picked, and because you didn't see it, you felt bitter about it. Oh, KXY. Yeah, I like that moment. You see that moment from Axel? Here's the pro analysis. Axel says no and runs. He's like, if I stay, I die too. I don't know you anymore, buddy.
Yeah, this is once again we see the supports here of G Pride, man. They're making things happen.
They are prideful about their kills. And Infamous, I mean, if you go to this 2-on-2 situation, now I feel like top doesn't feel as scary for G Pride. Like, now the Bat Rider, a little bit more gold influx, could start to pressure, especially the Axel out of lane.
Yeah, I mean, I think the one kind of concern right now is like, should the Ember somehow go down in the next 50 seconds, he won't be able to port back for a while. But I think this lane should kind of stabilize. I think Silencer can do quite a good job at controlling / zoning both these two heroes, and I think Ember should be okay-ish once he gets a few levels.
Oh no, I'm an idiot. I just ran 3 minutes of ads instead of 2. All right, well, people, you're joining us about now. Wonderful ads that we had there. You didn't really miss anything. Only a few
Wait,
people
they
dying.
missed all of the cool stuff we said?
I mean, if they're legally, abiding people who don't use certain tools, then yes, they missed all of our wonderful talks.
Damn it, man.
We should start a podcast, you know? Then we never have to miss out, and they don't either.
People would pay good money to listen to that podcast, that's how you...
I'm paying
that
good,
right now.
like, people paying good money to watch. Wait, they don't pay anything. They watch them for free. They get to see all these quality kills in the bot lane. But no more. Kara says that's it. We killed each other's cause. Look elsewhere, because in the top lane, there is a trade. KXY is kind of happy with that. We've all been there to silence, though. You're just grumbling yourself, going, why didn't I get any permit in?
Yeah, he's a little bit sad about that one, but I think at the same time, he's kind of happy that they traded a core for support, so... helping your Ember out.
I believe every game here has had some form of infinite scaling, hasn't it? So we had Legion,
Yeah, that is
then
true.
Underlord, and now Sans.
Yes. So it's a battle of just, infinite scaling. We haven't really seen anyone, like, infinitely scale.
scale.
No.
Well, you can't see someone infinitely scale because it's infinite. So what would be your point of acceptance that you've witnessed infinite scaling?
I feel like if you're, like, a Legion and you have more than, like...
No.
If you have over 500 damage, I feel like that's, like, infinite scaling. Like, it has to be kind of in, like it has to be a reasonable number, right? You know,
Okay.
it can't be
Well,
just.
it doesn't have to be. I mean, that's why it's infinite.
No, it has to be a reasonable number for it to make sense.
KXY with a big shtick means he's got a big brain, and he's going to use his big pokey stick to stab Dismar in the face and kill him. However, he might die. It looks like he's going to get away with it, though, as Axel is slowly becoming a very smart boy.
Yes, and also Dismar is becoming a less smart boy.
Which is really worrying when you think about it, because if you make a silly or dumb or ill-advised play, when you're less smart, you should theoretically be more likely to make bad plays.
Oof. Sounds like a vicious circle to me.
I mean, it's broken, you know. Silencer clearly is the sleeper pick that should be picked in every single game.
We do see this Doom. He managed to get this ice armor. I think that's something he can be very happy for. And he's actually doing quite well against the Morphling in the mid lane. I would have expected the Morphling to do much better here in this lane. Just because of the attack rate that Morphling has. Doom is not known for his very swift attack speed.
Yep. Speaking of heroes that should have a good attack speed and win trade, you'd hope, but isn't the case. Bot lane, Drow gets brought down again. I mean, we have these cheeky little bloodbaths back and forth, but I feel like we're really going to see Infamous start to get an edge here because of the rune situation alone. Like,
yeah, we can see that they're already up. Well, they were up 1k just a brief moment ago. And yes, it's nice that Kara once again has this nice game, but at what cost? Well, it's at the cost of a Drow Ranger who is your only sort of carry, position 1, suffering, and that's not where you want to be right now.
no, and we already said this isn't an easy Drow game, so if the start is abysmal, I'm not going to write it off, but it won't look good. I mean, look at this. They don't really care. They'll just kill Kara and walk away. And you can't pressure now. Like, the damage exchange is actually pretty favorable for Papilla. He can even, like, look at, he's even got more regen because he picked up a bracer. You know, as you always do, even though it's the worst of the free items now. All right, that was greedy from Tiny. I don't think he's going to get too punished. However, Papilla is being extremely greedy. He's going to get coxed up. Mistakes have been made. Toss ult, and no, they haven't, actually. They get the kill to Drow first, so Papilla's still going to go down, but whatever, worth, if you're Infamous. Like, oh, G-Pride want to commit all their heroes bot, and they're still only trading. This is a good feeling.
Not if you're
Not if you're a G-Pride fan. But if you're an Infamous fan, which theoretically there should be more of because they are Infamous, then you're very happy.
Oof. I thought you were gonna say which should be, you know, because more likely because you know they're a more well-known team, but you went a different route.
I used their name. I can do it even further. You could say that there are more Infamous fans because they're Infamous, and those Infamous fans have a lot of pride in Infamous.
Wow.
Gee,
yeah, I like that. I like that.
Thank you. Thank you. I spent the entire break thinking of that.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, we were talking about it, and you were just like, hey man, can you set me up for this?
Shut up! I don't know what you're talking about.
No,
we don't know everything.
He totally didn't say that.
We don't know everything, all right? Like, for example, you know, you do this, and people start thinking, Pycat. They'll be like, oh, games are rigged. Casters know outcomes, so they can hype up the right moment.
Yeah, of course. I mean, but you're not supposed to tell them about this, dude. We talked about this.
All right.
You're not supposed to.
Hey, you opened up this.
They're not supposed to know.
This is confessions time. It's all coming out now. Sorry, my mic seemed to have got caught off there. Argus dies in the bot lane, and oh no. Oh no.
Come on.
Kara, dance your heart off. There he is,
go.
but Peter finds him straight away. It's not a good enough dance. There should still be some killings happening. Back and forth we go to a piece in the end, but of course the sad Drow, tear in her eye, who's meant to be the pinnacle of success for G-Pride, died at the start, so she get diddly squat out of her.
Yeah, he did there. He let it go for a brief moment there, but he got interrupted. They do get 2 kills as a result of that, but yeah, we see the Drow Ranger here is really struggling still. I think at this point this is one of those games where your carry is gonna be the guy who gets to take the toll.
I don't feel that depends if he's alive or got enough gold to take the turn. I was waiting for that to occur. When you see a level 5 Drow TP to a level 7 Ember lane, you kind of know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and right now, if you're G Pride, you gotta be kind of worried because this Drow, he doesn't really have any place where he can go and feel safe. And
no,
we are gonna see some sort of engagement here.
I mean, yeah.
Bottom.
I mean, at least the back Pepita. That.
Pepita?
I didn't want to Peter him. He just wanted to believe, and I think he did indeed just save the Clockwork's life. Maybe he forgot whose team he's on. He might give over his own as back rider with a relentless right clicks is here to play. However, KXY, they may bait him in perfectly here. It looks like Pepita will go down, but they should be able to find the kill on the Valkyrie. We'll try for the TP away, and they do have the damage to finish him off.
Yeah, all in all, I think it's still kind of nice favoring G Pride there. I think they forced the rotation from the Ember, which in turn should free up some space for just a brief moment for the Drow Ranger. She's going to be able to get 6 here up in the top lane, and then she can kind of go farm a bit of jungle if she's forced to. And yeah, you were saying, you know, like about the carry player here of G Pride, and you know, he's having a bit of a rough one this time.
Yeah, this series definitely hasn't been his best show. It's been a pretty rough experience, but it's Michael's turn to get roughed up. This is for all the anger that's built up inside Arceus. 208 gold is all that was worth. I mean, I don't know. I'd kind of take that if that was like solid gold.
I mean, I'll take it. You know, why not?
Of course you would. You're a carry player. Like, oh, gold? Take that.
And he's not getting the tome?
No, he's got level 6. I think maybe Doom. Just give it Doom. He's doing work. He's in the mid lane. They found the right target. Morphin's going to be brought down. Axel joins the fray, but has got back up in KXY. Tao is pretty goddamn strong. Just going to pummel into Axel and bring him low. Not able to clean up the kill though. That's the back away.
Yeah, this Frost Armor so far doing a lot of work for this Doom here.
But he needs to be careful because he might become a little less smart. Michael, get in there, he says. KXY immediately says no. No, that's not the move. Does actually ruin it too, and there we go. Axel, he's trying to get in range. Oh no! That moment where you know he just desperately wanted the permit in, ends up getting nothing and giving over the kill in the end.
And Kara with the freezing field place.
He let us know.
The real MVP of the series for sure.
Hell yeah. It's like this is now this very dark start comparative between the two pos 5s. Kara's like just henched up, carrying everyone, and all I can now see is like when I look at Axel, it's now, please sir, please. Just trying to waddle over some gold or some permit in. So here he comes again. He's like, please sir. Oh wait, that bat ride is fat as fuck. And Michael is gonna find out the hard way as he gets a casual double kill.
See you later, nerds.
Yeah, taking maybe biting off a bit more than they can chew here. I'm a little bit curious here. The Ember he's actually going for this early boots of travel here.
Okay, it's been a hot minute since we've seen that.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it? That's what I was thinking.
I hope he's read the patch notes and knows it's not as potent as it was before. I hope.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. But yeah, maybe he'll make it work.
You can kind of see the value in this game, right? Like when you look at G Pride, they've got heroes that are going to split push a bit, especially the Bat Rider. But also, it just allows you to always shot wherever the Drow is, and he's already proven that he can easily take down that Drow Ranger. As they're now going to take down the Bat. He's waddling a little bit slower than he'd like. No Firefly for 10 seconds. They clear the trees. They do get the root. Perfectly done by KXY to move away from the creeps. With it, they'll get the kill. And Axel, there you go, buddy. Wait, no, he didn't get it.
He didn't get it. What? What? Did he move out of range just before he died?
Did they change that so you have to get the final hit now?
Oh, is it?
I think that's what I'm wondering. Because I'm like, if you read it, it's like he gets intelligence from any hero he kills. So
and any enemy hero that dies within 925 range.
Yeah. So also that's not how you use a comma. But how is he not in range?
I'm not sure. That was strange. Maybe he moved just outside of range right before he actually died there.
So really, what you're telling me is he needs the extra intelligence.
Yes, he does.
Because he keeps
definitely
robbing
does.
himself of everything.
Oh yes.
Oh dear. Top. They found the primary target. Global Silence going to come out, but it doesn't matter. They're already on top of the drow. So, who are you saving with this? Oh, Dismar off the mark with the hook shot. Tao says, I have Doom. It is reckoning time. And he doesn't bait out correctly, so KXY is going to be found. The Doom's going to be thrown out, but he can just walk this off. The Scorched Earth's coming off cooldown now, but they have to turn around for different kills. Michael does get brought down by Dismar, and they see Axel slowly walking away, wondering why he never gets any stolen int. But he's at least able to deny himself.
Wow. Yeah, and they wasted that Doom there.
Yeah, like he was far and gone now. Boots to travel. That's why he built him. He literally just wants to run away quicker.
Yeah, and there's gonna be a Lincoln Spear now completed on the Morphling. It's been a while also since I've seen this build. It's gonna be the Lincolns just straight into Manta style. I think it's okay. Against the Drow range, I get the Manta and the Doom, obviously the Lincolns. Maybe not the best build still, but not the worst either. So.
All right, here we go. Can he get the end? They're out of range. They need to wait for the silencer, but they can't find the kill. Instead, Michael's going to die in the mid lane. A lot of prodding going on around the map at the same time here. Both teams are happy to have these double engagements occur. Axel, they're literally ignoring the silencer. That is how little this hero matters. They go straight for Pakaz, on top of him, dishing out a lot of damage here. Going to bring him low and kill him off. Ember trying to clean up afterwards. We'll find the kill into Dismar, though. Some vengeance has been had. But Peter's going to be brought down. And Axel, they finally acknowledge the silencer's existence and then stick the giant weapons in his face, ripping him in two.
Yeah, kind of strange here. The Morphling, he shows up to this fight. Yes, he just got his Lincolns and he kind of wants to show up and be a big baller, but actually just, yeah, ends up killing himself in the process.
It's like one of those moments like, oh, look at my fancy new item. Check this out, guys. Like, yep, that's cool. Pop it. Kill him. We have many targeted things we can use. He will die. I feel like this is favoring G-Pride a bit, the way, like, this constant skirmishing situation, right? Because the Drow is, does it feel like she's a little bit harder to find in these last few engagements? Like, you strip out that top engagement where they start by hunting the farming Drow, and you get to, like, this 5-on-5 fight. It doesn't seem like Infamous are able to as easily inject themselves as we were maybe expecting.
I think it's kind of like it's kind of like, once again, like the last game similar. I would say that the G-Pride are managing to play the 4 heroes bar the Drow. Are kind of just like moving around the map and finding engagements, and this lets the Drow kind of farm and show up to the fights that you want to take yourself. However, I do think that once again, I think that Infamous, this as similarly to how the first game was, I think that the Infamous they scale better in this game. So should the game kind of just continue with no team taking a massive lead, I would favor Infamous.
Reaffirmed fanboy. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah. I mean, have you met Papita? He's a nice guy,
I actually have never had the honor of meeting Papita.
Damn, man.
I'm missing out.
He's a real lad, He's a.
The SA boys usually are. I remember when I used to go out partying with the Pain Gaming lads.
Right.
And they do like a good time. KXY. All right, he's got his dude, and he's got the drums this time. He's like, I will not be outrun. And then he realizes he's being outrun because he doesn't have Scorched Earth and is now just casually dying. Oh, Silence comes down actually onto the Morphling. He needs to be careful here, but it looks like he's going to be fine. He's able to move away, and he'll just turn and start hitting into the back right to be able to bring him down. BKB from Tao, but he doesn't know what he wants to do with it anymore. He hasn't actually got any good play to make. Instead, Pakaz and the rest are going to hunt onto Argus, bring down the Drow Ranger. They can turn around with the magic missile out to Kara, or move forward with the Remnant on top of Kara, bring him down as well. And Doom, what a BKB. It let him TP. Great BKB. Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, this is like the second time we see it now. The Doom still with the Frost armor. I can understand it. I think if he had a Purge creep, he might be able to find himself some more kills. But kind of just like wasting this Doom twice in a row now on the Ember Spirit, who does, I mean, the Boots of Travel, they're kind of working out just because of the move speed alone, right? Like the move speed from the Boots of Travel and the drums are just allowing him to outrun this Doom.
But
But yeah, I mean, I would definitely say that it's quite a bit on the Doom in the sense
Definitely.
that he doesn't have to waste the Doom like that.
well, I think it's twice now. Like he's doomed and he doesn't have Scorched Earth available. It's on cooldown. It's like
Well,
usually you use them in tandem because then you have the ability to pursue. Whereas he's activating drums and, as you said, just being outpaced by the Ember who's running away.
yeah, and how do you solve this? Well, you buy a Blink Dagger, so you can get a Centaur, and then you can
I'd love to
stun
see
them.
him just queue up Boots of Travel now. It's like, I know what I must do. I must become the Ember Spirit. I will move as fast as the Ember Spirit. Well, speaking of Ember, involved in a big kill as he finds Argus. They'll move forward looking for more Kara. Delavine is not right. It's definitely not living. And they're going to find more. Axel. It's like, please God, no. I've only just started getting some in. Let me have more in. I'm afraid not. You must die as well.
I mean, fortunately for him, it's not like he becomes a dumb boy by dying the Silencer.
Oh my
So,
God, what a balance point.
New patch. If Silencer dies, he loses it.
Yes, I think we should submit our CVs to the Valve team and we'll see about ruining the game.
I mean, if Silencer, let's say he gets 8 int for every kill, and then he gets -2 int every time he dies.
I don't know if you can do that. Like, as long as it's being stolen back, then that would work as a balance point.
Right. No, it's not. It just gets like shifted around. Like no one gets it actually. He just loses it. It just it just
It just
vanishes.
evaporates. I mean, that's more realistic, right? Like, you don't
Yeah.
steal people's intelligence unless you're like
No.
a spy. Like,
Yeah.
real intelligence erodes. Your brain slowly degenerates as it has to like die and create new cells, which means as you get older, like, they're lying to you. It's not wisdom, all right? That's just like, that's the old intelligence, not yet dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like past 25, you're basically just like
It's downhill from there, baby.
decomposing. Yeah, it's just downhill. It's just, it's okay though. You know, you get a good 25 years.
you had a good time. You had a good run. Just like you reached that point at 25. It's like, well, time to retire. You had a good run. What? But I feel young. I feel live. Nope.
Nope.
Done. Gone.
Go next.
Stick him in the meat factory. You can either become the meat or work the line. That's his choice.
Yeah, and we're gonna see here the Morphling now. He kind of he got us 2 kills. Now he's into this Yasha. He also managed to find the I don't know, managed. He got fortunate enough to find the Nether Shawl, one of the definitely better items for this Morphling hero, as you already have such high armor, and you quite benefit from both the magic resist as well as the spell damage.
Yeah, in terms of, like, I don't think there's any other big boy neutral items being found. Well, I mean, Philosopher's Stone is going to be nice for Sansa. He can buy himself a Staff of Wizardry
Hmm.
to make
Yeah.
up for all that he ain't got. And, of
Not-
course, eventually build a 4-staff.
Yeah, I'm just if I'm G Pride right now, I'm just a little bit worried. We see once again both the supports here. Dismar, man, like what a player Dismar. Both on the Clockwork and on the Earth Spirit, just making things happen for his team. But yeah, we see the Drow Ranger really struggling here to kind of find any sort of farm around the map.
See you later, nerds.
He's not too far down the line in terms of the net worth graph, but he is 3.3k behind the Morphling, so definitely not where you want to be right now.
Yeah, I mean, you got to look at it from a positive side, right? So if you're Argus right now, you're comparing your net worth to the Morphling. And you're like, well, if I just pretend he doesn't have Lincolns, we're basically even. And the reason that Lincolns don't matter to me is because we're dooming the Ember every time. But then you remember that you're dooming the Ember and nothing's happening.
So the Lincolns just kind of doesn't matter. So
yeah, it's
they
pointless.
kind of have the same net worth, so it's all good.
Yeah, there we go. Just that's the best way to play Dota. Imagine your opponent doesn't have a certain item. Like this Blink Dagger on the Tiny. Let's set up another kill. And they might even find more, because Dismar, looking a bit abysmal here. Swap into Magic Missile, staying on top of him, the roots as well. Clockwork, like, I don't know where to go. To the
So can you
afterlife.
then also just pretend that you didn't just die, like with
Yeah.
2 heroes, and you can
Yeah.
just be like, nah, we're still alive. It's all good.
So, like, think of it like this. Denying is a core part of Dota. So why can I not be in denial while playing Dota?
Whoa. Those are some next level ideas here.
And this is, you know, you
I hear
got
that.
it's like evolving the meta. How do you think?
Yeah, and it is gonna be just kind of a quick road from Infamous, Aegis on the Morphling, and I feel like this is kind of just like go time. You could potentially wait for the Ment style on the Morph if you really want to. I don't necessarily think you need it, but you can. But yeah, I think they should just like look to ramp up the pace right now. The Draw Ranger is really struggling still. Yes, you finished the Manta style, so you can get out of the chains, but it's still very difficult for the Draw Rangers to fight because you're such an easy target. And so I think if you're Infamous right now, you just look to just keep fighting, just keep fighting and taking objectives
You lied to him, Pycat. You said keep fighting. Axel done that. It didn't work.
with this team. Okay.
Oh,
With
yeah,
his team.
now you mention that detail. I thought poor Pete has been caught out as well. He will swap in the Morphling, says that's your problem now. Lincolns has been popped, but they shotgun down, kill off Kara already. Pepita is still alive for the moment, but should be going down eventually. But that just means there's a second Venge on the scene. And finally, Tao goes, yes, I can BKB TP away now that the Venge is dead. Because you've lost both your supports, and you're about to lose Argus as well. Now, I don't think this is how G-Price draft is meant to work. However, lastly, the turnaround opportunity for them got the damage. KXY is going to be fine, able to move away. Argus is going to be brought down. They do get the Ember in exchange, though. But they've committed a decent amount of buybacks, and they can still do nothing about Pakaz, who's going to move forward. And so Kara's like, oh, not again. Not again. Ultra kill. One more, he says. Anyone here? Oh, what do you mean they've doomed you over there? I'm going to come kill them too. Morphlin on his way in. They didn't actually stop the blink away by the Bat Ride, and he has got the Firefly again. So it looks like Pakaz says no. No more for me. He wipes his mouth. He says it was a good meal, but I'll stop there.
Yeah, now we're kind of seeing this Morphling. He's getting to this point where there's not that much G-Pride can do. If he didn't have the Aegis, maybe, you know, they would consider just like trying to break the Lincolns and going for Doom, trying to kill the Morph, etc. But he does have this Aegis, and so, you know, wasting this Doom on someone with the Aegis is not where you want to be right now. And now we can see the difference in net worth between this Drow here and the Morphling. 6K almost now, and also just the levels. Morphling is close to level, well, he's gonna be level 20 quite soon, and Drow is just sitting at 14, so.
But once again, Pycat, if you just cover up the Lincolns, they're literally the same hero. It's fine. And one of those heroes is involved in a lot more kills than the other, as they do find Ismar with a dive on the tier 2 tower, knowing that there's going to be no response out of G-Pride, because they don't have Doom, they don't have a real carry. The Bat Rider doesn't even want to jump in because he'll probably die.
Whoa, what did you just call my boy?
I mean, look at his net worth. He can't be a real carry right now.
Come on, don't do him dirty like that.
Oh, so you'd be willing to play the Drow in this game and like not the Morphling?
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay. Well, it's important I ask those questions so we can get the full answer out of you. Global silence. Peter on a cliff. He realizes he can just click things though. However, KXY is teasing him. He wouldn't let him swap away. Papilla might die because of that. Yes, they'll kill off the Bat Rider, but that could have been a lot cleaner from the side of Infamous. He actually did kill him. That's the best part. Like, he's like, oh, I'm just sleight of fist everything here. And Papilla's like, no, please, I need the swap.
See you later, nerds. See you later,
Yeah.
nerds.
That's the moment you're pinging him. Like, if you weren't playing Venge, you'd be pinging him. That's the only reason you're not pinging him, is because you can still play the game as Vengeful Spirit when you're dead.
That's true. Yeah, now we see Infamous, they're just starting to take control, kind of wherever they go. The G-Pride heroes are sort of forced to leave the area and kind of just give it up to Infamous. And so they're going to be losing quite a few towers here. I would assume that kind of like the game plan for G-Pride at this point is to you want to wait out this Aegis, because I just don't think that there's a way in which you can fight. You need to kill the Morph before without using the Doom, and I think that's just way too difficult at this point because he has the Manta to get out of silence. You don't really have any proper stuns. You could go for a hook shot into some sort of cog combo, try to break it and get a lasso, and then go for the Doom after the Aegis, but I think that's way too complicated. I think you just dodge until the Aegis is gone, and then you try to take a fight where you can kind of try to get the Morphling.
Yeah. How dare you? You're talking about me with a carry. Of course they have real stuns. They've got their Doom. You can jump in and stun them, and then Doom the Ember and watch them run away again. But you would have stunned someone.
That is true. That is a fair point.
Yeah, And when you think about the way Infamous fights, they are kind of clustered whenever they're going for these engagements. So there might be an opportunity for him to get a mini Ravage. But didn't we just... I'm pretty sure we got one of those action replays because Valkyrie died here before. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Infamous are using less heroes now than they did before because they're fighting top as well. Doom came out onto the Morphling. Uh-oh. There is no Aegis. He gets swapped towards the Drow, who finishes him off. And then they'll just chase down looking for more. Michael's going to fall on the side. Peter's also going to be killed off. Clockwork gets the final hit. Right now, Infamous are wondering if it was really worth the Batrider kill.
See you later, nerds.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily feel like they had to force that engagement up in the top area, especially after the Aegis expired. I was kind of looking at the bottom, so I didn't exactly see how it all began. But yeah, I'm assuming they kind of just found the Morphling right after the Aegis expired, or briefly after.
I like
and,
to
yeah,
believe
they managed to kill.
that Axel just wanted more permanent.
That could also be the scenario. He's just like, guys, come on.
This one over here, go kill. Okay.
I mean, to be fair, he was down there killing the Batrider, though.
That's what I mean. That's why he wanted that fight down there, so he could get the in. And like...
Yeah, no, I'm saying why'd he want the fight up top?
No, he didn't. He wanted it down bottom.
Okay.
So like I'm saying, like you know, differing choices.
Right.
So it's his fault.
I see.
Okay, that's probably not true, but what I do love is how we mentioned earlier, like every game has featured a hero with infinite scaling possibilities. Another interesting fact is with every passing game, the hero who has infinite scaling has been more and more underwhelming in terms of like the overall game impact. So,
yeah,
like,
that might be true.
the first one was like Carry Legion, right?
The Legion.
Yeah.
Well, it was an offlane Legion, right?
Yeah, but it's like the logic of the Carry Legion where like you have
sure,
the damage.
he was off to a good start, and then he kind of just stopped. And then the Underlord, he did win, though, to be fair.
Yes, but like
So-
it wasn't about the scaling, right? So
It
it's
was
like that element.
not really about the scaling, no.
And it looks like Axel won't get any more scaling just yet. This smoke is a bit of a whiff. G-Pride, they read it. It's textbook. They're going to split up and farm, which is definitely what you do when the enemy team is smoking. Is you stick one person out in a lane, and everyone else hides back at base, and you get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, you could just send your Clockwork or your CM or whatever, and, you know, they can tank the gank, and it's fine. There's gonna be an E-Blade now for the Morphling. Looks like he's going Skadi here. I think Satanic could be a good choice here as well, just against Doom. But it's gonna be the Skadi.
Oh, initiation. Michael tosses one back onto Pepita. The Globe Stance is going to come out. Pepita needs to turn around and fight. He does get the swap off. He is in now. But Doom, having the impact they need, is actually forcing them away. Silence is forced away as well. They do bring down the Tiny, but deep in, Pepita is just being more or less ignored as they move on looking for bigger targets. The hook shot across onto Pakaz. They do find him. They're going to net him up. He E-blades himself to try and offset the damage that he knows is coming his way. But there's the Lasso follow-up with the use of the ultimate from the Crystal Maiden. Will get them the kill. They'll find the Ember as the follow-up on the side as Doom chases him down. Says, for once, you're not getting away. And don't worry, though. Silencer's alive. That was the goal, right? We want to keep the Silencer alive.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how, like, I feel like G-Pride shouldn't really be finding these fights. I think what Infamous are doing is kind of awkward. They're starting these engagements where they're not together, you know, entirely. They're too far apart to be starting these engagements. And so whenever they reach one another, they already lost a hero. They're already in an awkward position. And yeah, they have begun making a very easy game look much more difficult than it had to be.
Yeah, now it's not cut and dry. And like you can see the lack of damage Infamous have to like remain a threat now, right? Like that last engagement was just ignore Pepita and just go straight for like the Morphling or straight for the Ember. Like it's almost like compare this to just 3 fights ago. They feel somewhat disarmed. Like they're missing 50% of their damage all of a sudden.
Yeah, and if they do end up getting this Roche on G-Pride, I think they could feel like they're in a really good position here. Giving the Aegis to the Drow Ranger is gonna make him feel much more safe. He's soon gonna pick up the MKB, Cheese maybe on the Doom. And they're getting their items.
Oh, Lincolns, they've been popped right now. Morphling a little bit of trouble, but he's going to be protected. The global stance has been used. They're able to bring down the CM, and the chase is on. KXY trying to find Dismar, but he's able to escape. Meanwhile, Batrider does not. He's going to be brought down. TAO trying to move away. Drow, buddy, you ain't getting out of this one in one piece. They're going to find 4 members of G-Pride immediately after they get their hands on that Aegis. Suddenly, while you do have a second life in your Drow, you kind of wish your other teammates had that second life.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be forced to buy back here on a few heroes. Clockwork doesn't have buyback, Batrider does. CM does not. This is going to be probably a tier 3 at least. Potentially a Rax.
This is a little bit worrisome. This side against it. They respect the fact that Doom is available.
Yeah, the Morphling is now starting to get a little bit scared. They really wanted that Roche for themselves, I think, Infamous. And now we see once again pretty hefty swing here in terms of gold. Infamous going, you know, from 6k down to 1 and back up to 6 now with the buyback from the Doom. Also very nice neutral item there for the Morphling, the Paladin Sword, which I'm assuming he's gonna take.
Is there ever a game where Paladin Sword doesn't feel like an amazing item?
I don't know, man. Paladin Sword is just it's
So
a very
good.
very strong item.
I knew you'd focus on it as a Pulse 1 player. Hook shot in on the Silencer. They're going to be able to find the last two in the follow-up with the Doom onto the Morphling. The swap out for Peter trying to save the day. And it looks like Morphling, maybe he can get away from this, but Tao is straight on top of him. The Spirit Vessel there as well. It's not doing enough damage, though. He's actually going to be able to survive through this at this rate. However, the Infernal Blade, it's going to be close. And they will get the Cigar. They're able to get the kill in the end. The buyback from Axel ends up being completely pointless. And all of a sudden, G-Pride, they're going to get ready to knock on your door because they've got that Aegis still. They've got a Drow that hits pretty hard considering how quickly she's accelerated net worth. And they're just outside your base.
Yeah, and this is also Morphling without buyback. And there is the Aegis on the Drow Ranger. She's now on the Doom. He didn't get that in the before the last engagement kind of started, so was unable to live there.
Alright, it's hunkering down time. You gotta hope you can hunker down long enough. Argus did miss the Gust, so they're not able to catch the Ember. They almost get through that Aegis. Not quite, though.
Yeah, and I feel like you don't really want to just like throw away the Aegis just to respawn and try to go for this fight, because then there could be a swap, and all of a sudden you could find yourself in a very bad position.
Yeah, I can't help but feel that Argus is sitting here right now wishing someone on the team had a Vlad's.
Yeah, there is one vessel charge on the Clockwork, but that's not really enough, and you don't really want to waste it. It's nice to have it against the Morphling, so...
Just, you know, just pick out that repair kit. Give it to Drow. Hey, buddy, hold on to this for a while. Because kind of the best they've got. Like, I am actually really surprised there hasn't been a Vlad purchased at all. Instead, Doom's focusing on, like, the double Doom, which you can understand.
Yeah, I think the Doom, he kind of has to keep scaling. I don't think he's allowed to go for such a cheap item at this point. You could maybe, you know, the Clockwork potentially get one, or the Batrider. But they have some other items in mind that they're going for. The now Lotus Orb coming on from the Clockwork, and I really like the Lotus Orb. It's nice both against the chains and the swap for yourself or allies. So
Let's see if he gets to... 'cause it looks like Infamous are going. They want to just keep the pressure up. I think they understand that while they can scale probably better in the hyper late game situation that we talked about before, you don't want to go there, because those are the type of games that could go any way. Especially with how quickly the Drow has caught up in terms of net worth.
yeah, Drow almost now finishing the Aghanims, which is gonna let him deal a lot of damage in the fights if he is able to kind of just sit back and hit. And I think that the way that Infamous have to fight it is to find the Drow. Just find the Drow and go for him. We're gonna see a Clockwork hookshot onto an illusion, and said illusion going down.
That was very hype of you. I mean, it was critical that they got rid of that illusion.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that, you know, they couldn't see anything. Other than the walls they placed when they were here a few moments ago. Uh-oh. Michael, not able to do anything due to that Glimmer Cave, which has done so much work for the Clockwork in this game. Swap, though, they find the primary. They're looking on the Drow. They move forward. BKB comes out from KXY, the global stance, as well as they stand and fight. But Drow Range is going to be fine. The Aegis manages to heal her up, and as a result, they need to actually run away. Michael on the side has been split up from his team. The last who's going to come out onto Peter in the meantime, as they know that's the primary target they have to get rid of first there. Are able to find it. Michael as a follow-up should be feasible as well. The Glimmer Cape reducing the damage, but he is going to die. And it looks like Infamous, their attempt is going to backfire.
Yeah, I think Drow there, he was forced to use the cheese. I think Doom passed over the cheese when he got his refresher. The Aegis expired, but Drow got hit by something and went kind of low, and so he thought he was forced to use the cheese, which in hindsight, maybe he could have just held on to it. It kind of looked like it, but in a moment like that, you know, maybe he got a little bit spooked and kind of preemptively.
There's a chance that KXY could just continue onto you, right? Like, that's the thing. Like, Ember has a lot of reach, so you don't want to risk it. Axel?
Yeah, at the same time, you do want to bait, you know, enemies further into it. So Silencer not dead for 90 without buyback. Doom is ready. Bad Red is a little bit low. He does have Tranquil Boots, so he's gonna regen up a bit, but you could potentially still try to do something here.
I mean, you got double Doom. You definitely wanna.
The one thing though is I don't think necessarily that he's gonna have enough mana for casting his spells twice.
Ah, that classic one.
Yes, the classic.
You are actually correct. Not to mention there's no room for Scorched Earth or the War Storm.
Yeah, I think you look to replace your drums here with the Shiva's Guard.
Yup. This is usually why people build the Shivas first.
Yeah, exactly. You could do it with the, I mean, what he can do is he can refresh and have 2 BKBs, which can be also good.
I'm trying to think, like,
yeah.
maybe, well, the thing is he wants to spy, like, he wants to keep spider legs so he can pursue. Otherwise, you could argue, like, if you had a clumsy net, you'd have the regen, but he just has to have those spider legs.
Yeah, the spider legs I think are very convenient.
On a KXY, trying to move in, they pop the Linkers, but they cannot get that Doom off. They're able to get the Ember away, and they did force out the BKB from the Doom. However, Batrider, he's had to use his own BKB. He's in the base right now, but Peter steps forward, is going to get Lasseter dragged away to his death. Dead for 50 seconds. Actually not dying for that long because of how often he's been being killed off. He's the lowest of the, yeah, he's the lowest of all the cores. You wouldn't actually think that this was a core vengeful spirit, actually.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about Venge in general is that the hero is it's not amazing at farming, and he has a lot of deaths to his name. He's lower than both the Tiny and the Clockwork at this point, but he's still kind of, you know, he still fills that same role, and also now the Tiny can sort of transition into a more core-ish role, I think, in a game like this. You know, he still has the Vlads and the Aura, so he still can do Venge things.
You could have just summed that up by putting up the Starship Troopers I'm doing my part video.
Yeah,
that's the great thing about Venge. No matter what, you can just say, guys, I'm an Aura, I'm doing my part.
Yeah, and there's gonna be a DD outside the Roche pit. Roche is quite close to spawning, I want to say.
2 seconds.
So, yeah, this could be a very quick Roche with that DD.
And Infamous are on their way out. And they see the primary target trying to get rid of the Doom quickly. Down to half HP. BKB picks up the DD and tries to run away. But no, the Mistrust is not able to get him. They get him with a sleight of fist follow-up, though. A little bit close. And they do get the cigar. They force the buyback out of the Doom straight away. But he doesn't have a BKB anymore. And he doesn't have a CM as she's been killed off. All of a sudden, trying to get into this Roche pit is going to be very hard. They do have a Clockwork. He's getting ready with that hook shot, rearing up the arm. But Michael, he jumps first. Straight on top and tosses him forward. Says, if you want in, here it is. He's trying for a hook shot out. The right click's going to follow, and they're going to bring him down. Double kill already for the Silencer. He's ready to party. The Global Silence does come out. Tau had to use the Refresher and the BKB. He still hasn't doomed anyone just yet. And on the side, Batrider trying to run away with no mana left. Has to try and escape. Argus down to half HP. They're going to pursue forward on top of him. They're going to bring down. Dead for 90 seconds. Now they just need to try to get everyone else out without casualties. And they might be able to, but the problem is you're now giving over a crucial Roche to the side of Infamous.
Yeah, this is going to be a Roche with an Axe, or I'm assuming this is going to be the Ember. Could be potentially the Vengeful, but I feel like you give it this to the Ember. There's going to be Aegis on the Morphling. He's going to be able to finish up his Skadi if he wants to do that, or the Satanic that he has kind of queued up after. And yeah, this is just going to be a very tricky position to be in for Jeep right now.
I like the patience as well. They saw the rocket flares coming in, so they waited until they saw the Clockwork somewhere else before going back.
And I think this whole thing kind of just started because G Pride were not together. They had the Drow Ranger farming kind of in this bottom area of the map, and some other heroes were kind of lingering around the Roche area and the dire jungle a bit, and yeah, that can easily happen when you're not staying together.
Yep, and then we'll get a chance to regroup. They're all right on top of Dismar, making good use of that Ags on the Ember already, as they're ensuring there's nowhere he can escape to. If he could buy 15 more seconds, he could try for a hook shot again, but when Michael shows up, he knows it's all done with. Into the mix, more in for the Sansa. He's happy, he's on a killing spree as he secures another kill. Ooh, Sansa big boy all of a sudden. They're not done, though.
What was a G Pride? Just like what looked like it could be a very nice situation for G Pride. All of a sudden swung into a 15k gold lead now for Infamous.
Yeah, the numbers are looking a bit rough. I mean, Argus is a real carry now. He's surpassed the Doom. He was, shall we say, contending net worth wise. Of course, Ember's a bit inflated because he picked up that Ags, but now I feel like you look at Drow and you go, what item is it? Like, what is the item? I can't think of one item that you can aim for that's gonna like fix your game now. And instead, he's having to complete the defensive item, the Hurricane Pike.
Yeah, it's not so much I think about the Drow finding a certain item. I think it's more so about how you take fights.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have to get this Doom off on a crucial target, the Ember or Morphling, and then they need to get the lasso off on someone. They need to kind of start the fight with the clock, Bat Doom jumping in, and just let Drow sit in the back, hitting.
Yeah, and speaking of that Doom, it's still going to be problematic as, you know, that buyback really hurt his progression. He isn't anywhere near the Shivas. I mean, he's at least picked up the plate mail, but you're still in the situation of, I kind of can't afford the spell twice. That might be a problem.
Yeah, definitely not the position you want to be in as Doom right now.
Whereas for Infamous at this point, it's very cut and dry. You can just pick a lane and go.
Yeah, they're gonna get this DD onto the Morphling here, and then I'm assuming they're just gonna, just go for it.
Yeah, you can already see the G Pride try and like shove out a lane here or there where they can, but it's so hard. Like, you have these two lanes pressuring and no way to really cut past and take those waves safely. I mean, look, this is how confident they are. You see that Sansa? That Sansa that feared death and usually couldn't do anything. He's just posturing forward. He's like, I wonder if there's anyone here who would like to kill me. This hook shot, what? All right, that's going to force the fight. They're going to go in. Kara's brought down as well. The Global Stance comes out, buyback from the CM straight away. But now what? What do you do if you're G-Pride? What is your move here? I don't know what that... I mean, I don't think it's going to matter this well. It's going to matter a lot when you look at the analysis afterwards. But right now, there's no way of dealing with the morph. The DD's almost running out, but he's hitting your buildings in the meantime. And he'll just go back to top, get rid of the racks.
Yeah, I think he initiated onto the illusionist tape illusion from the Morphling, I think it was. And yeah,
I mean, even then,
it was
that
kind
is
of
your
low.
entry kill.
Yeah, no, it was awkward. Maybe he saw sort of, some sort of thing where he could push the Morphling back and they could kill him without using the Doom.
Yeah.
But yeah, it being an illusion, the plan kind of backfired sort of quickly.
But they got that illusion.
Oh, they sure did kill the illusion, yes.
A lot of damage done to the morph, but now Drow in the mix, the place where Arcus doesn't want to be, and he doesn't have the Hurricane Pike complete. He has to buy back straight away. In the meantime, they've lost Kara. That's going to be die back on the CM. And they still have no way of getting in there. Because it's like, next, next, next. Oh, you might be next if you're not careful. The Aegis has been taken. Hook shot goes through, stuns him on the way through, so you get the double connect of double stun. Now the refresh trying to move into TAO, looking for the Doom opportunity. He's going to throw it out straight away onto the Morph lane. They get on top of him. The problem is he's got the Satanic, so the stats says it's going to work with him. Is he going to live? It looks like he's going to tick out, though. They do have the damage to finish him off, but at what cost? They're losing too many heroes here. They're hemorrhaging left, right, and center, and it looks like this just might be the game. There's no one left to fight but the Batrider. And even then, what does he do? They can just hit the throne and end the game. GG comes out. Infamous takes the series 2-1.
Yeah, and I feel like this is kind of like, I think G-Pride had some good chances there toward the end.